Rupena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Tadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shya Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvedam Swavadudam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishyakanvitam Shya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanushtute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanjakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
So we are on the second canto, chapter number 1. The first step.
Shashwin, thank you for the wonderful Mangala.
Okay. I think something wrong with the internet with Mataji. So Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 1, text number 3. Nidraya hirite naktam yavavena chavavaya diva chartahaya rajan kutumba varanena va. Translation. The lifetime of such an envious householder is passed at night either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the daytime either in making money or maintaining family members. You want me to repeat, Mataji?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, I can read the purport.
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
The present human civilization is primarily based on the principles of sleeping and sex indulgence at night and earning money in the day and spending the same for the family maintenance. Such a form of human civilization is condemned by the Bhagavata school. Because human life is a combination of matter and spirit soul, the whole process of Vedic knowledge is directed at liberating the spirit soul from the contamination of matter. The knowledge concerning this is called Atma Tattva. Those men who are too materialistic are unaware of this knowledge and are more inclined to the economic development for the material enjoyment. Such materialistic men are called karmis or fruitative laborers, and they are allowed regulated economic development or association of women for sex indulgence. Those who are above the karmis, that is, jnanis, yogis, and devotees, are strictly prohibited from sex indulgence. The karmis are more or less devoid of Atma Tattva knowledge, and as such, this life is spent without spiritual profit. The human life is not meant for hard labor, for economic development, nor is it meant for sex indulgence like that of dogs and hogs. It is specially meant for making a solution to the problem of material life and the miseries thereof. So the karmis waste their valuable human life by sleeping and sex indulgence at night and by laboring hard in the daytime to accumulate wealth, and after doing so, they try to improve the standard of materialistic life. The materialistic way of life is described herein in a nutshell, and how foolishly men waste the boon of human life is described as follows. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. I'll repeat the verse for you. For those who just joined, the lifetime of such an envious householder is passed at night, either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the daytime, either in making money or maintaining family members. So it's a very heavy purport. And some people don't like this verse. They say it's too heavy. But that is the truth. Prabhupada says this present civilization is based totally on sense enjoyment or sensual indulgence. If you see anyone, whether you see any young boy or a girl, they want to earn money. And to earn money, they'll study, get a degree. After degree, get a job, get money, multiply the money so that enjoy the life by sleeping, eating, and becoming married, and nothing more than that. They have no dimension of spiritual life. They think there's nothing as spiritual life. Most people don't even know what is spiritual life in today's society. If you tell them about spiritual life, they say, oh, that's old-fashioned. We know more than you. And when you actually speak with them, they hardly know anything about spiritual life, or even where is their consciousness coming from? What is the cause of consciousness in our body? Yeah, they have no idea. So what happens today is the happiness they are looking for is all external happiness. And if the university education was enough to give you happiness, then why do the more and more learned people in countries like America and Japan and even in India, highly learned students, many of them not many, but at least some of them commit suicides because they were not happy. Even after attaining everything, they are not happy. There's one example, a famous example in America. One student, he qualified in the IT and he settled in America. And he had a very good job. And he was doing very well for first 2 years. Then he got married to an Indian girl from India. And they were living very happily. Now in America, you can borrow money. What do they call it? Mortgage. So he had borrowed money, but there was a dark side of his life, that he lost his job. So for a few months, he became jobless and he had no money to pay. And then, you know how the people who give you mortgage, how they are, they demand money. And because he could not pay, the only way out was to commit suicide. That's it. Leaving his wife, his property, everything. He just died. So that is not what life is meant for. Life is meant for spiritual realization. And this is completely condemned, as Sri Prabhupada comments, by the Bhagavad school. Bhagavad school means civilization or a lifestyle based on Bhagavad Dharma. It's called Bhagavad school. What is Bhagavad Dharma? Bhagavad Dharma means accepting the supremacy of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and following the scriptures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. These two scriptures, they teach you how to follow a Bhagavad Dharma, which in the modern language, or even in Sanskrit, is called Vaishnavism. Or ISKCON is what ISKCON is teaching or practicing is Vaishnavism. We are monotheistic, which means we believe in one God. And we also believe in many gods, but they are called lesser gods or demigods. So Vyasdev is the Acharya for the Bhagavad school. There are many other schools, like this Karma Mimamsa, what do you call, Patanjali, Nyay, and so on. But this is also Bhagavad school. Bhagavad school is open for everyone, and even to an extent that in other schools they may not accept married people, brahmacharis only, but in the Bhagavad school, even married people are allowed to practice, come and practice bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness. So that is why Sri Prabhupada says, this way of life is completely condemned by the Bhagavad school. In our ISKCON, we find that we practice bhakti yoga according to our capacity. Those who cannot chant 16 rounds, they may chant 4 rounds, 8 rounds, and gradually increase. Follow the regulatory principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. So sometimes people say, why are you so strict? That's not strict. By following the regulatory principles, it will save you from committing sinful way of life. The whole Vedas is aimed at explaining one thing: to uplift your soul, which is completely immersed in matter or material tabernacle. Such knowledge is called Atma Tattva. Atma Tattva means truth about the spirit soul. Tattva means truth. And Atma means the soul. The soul does not just mean we, it also means Krishna. Because both are souls. One is the supreme soul, we are the tiny part and parcel soul of Krishna. So we are by nature spiritual. If you go to the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains 2 energies, Aparashakti and Parashakti. Aparashakti means earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, force, ego. These are the 8 separated energies. In one word, it's called Aparashakti, or the inferior energy. The superior energy means we living entities. So we actually belong to the superior energy. We are not on a material, we are not to be acting on a material platform. We are supposed to be acting on spiritual platform. So if you really judge or look around, how many people actually practice spiritual life? Very, very few. Very, very few. Prabhupada says that 99.999% of people are not interested in spiritual life. They think it's a waste of time. Many people think it's old-fashioned. So they are not serious about it. One has to be serious as far as spiritual life is concerned. Just like when you are in school or in your college, if you want to get a good degree or good marks, you have to study very hard, day and night, so that when you get through, when you get a good marks, there is a chance you can get a scholarship and then still go further. In the similar way, even in spiritual life, working hard is a must. That's why Lord Rishabdev says, Nayam deha deho bhaja nirloke. This human life is not meant for struggling like an animal for sense enjoyment, no. Which is available to even stool-eating animals like dogs and hogs. Human life is meant for tapa. Tapa means austerity. What does the word austerity mean? Austerity means to give voluntary pain to your body. Not to your soul, but to your body. So that you can control it. All the senses have to be controlled, and the best way to control the senses is first of all offer your tongue in the service of Krishna. In the Bhakti school, the tongue is offered first. The whole Krishna consciousness movement is about 2 things. It's to speak about Krishna, chant the name of Krishna, and use the same tongue, eating only prasadam. That is it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nacho gao, karo Krishna siksha. Dance, nacho, gao, sing, karo Krishna siksha. Teach Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means what is Krishna, who is Krishna, and how to attain Krishna is by engaging in bhakti yoga. I think earlier I gave you the word, the breakdown of the word bhakti. Bhakti means the word bhag. Bhag means Krishna, or the Supreme, or bhag literally means service to Krishna. So bhakti means seva. And whose seva? Krishna's seva. So you find the word bhakti. Then another word very close to bhakti is bhajan. Bhajan, again the word bhag is there. Bhajan means to hear and chant about Krishna. That is called bhajan. Bhagavad Gita means the song of Krishna. Bhagavad means Krishna. Gita means song. Srimad Bhagavatam, again the word bhag is there. All this, and then bhakti yoga, again the word bhag is there. Bhajan, again the word bhag is there. So in all these words, at least 6 to 7 words, the word bhag is there. Sri Prabhupada explains this very, very nicely. If you go to the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the last verse, 6:47, then definition of the word bhakti is given very, very clearly. So anyone who is accustomed to read Prabhupada's books, they should refer to 6:47, where he says, Yoginam api sarvesham matgatendriya atmanam Shradavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. Of all the yogis, the one with great faith and who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental and loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Now here, in the first 4 lines of the purport, Sri Prabhupada explains the word bhajate, from where the word bhakti comes. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its roots in the verb bhaja, which is used when there is need of service. English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaj. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to worthy one. But service with love and faith, especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Krishna. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous, but one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being thoroughly condemned. Because every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. If he fails to do this, he'll fall down. And he'll fall down and come to the level of more or less an animal way of life. And this is what is happening today. People don't want to do bhajan, no bhajate, no service to Krishna. One can do little service to Krishna. I think I'll give you an example of Jagannath Puri. In Jagannath Puri, there was a very young boy. Young means maybe around 18. And from young age, he had been serving Lord Jagannath. How? He used to bring a pot of water for Jagannath's bathing. Because within the temple, there is a well. You simply have to fetch water, take it upstairs. So he would take water from the well, take it upstairs, and he would keep it on the top step, which is near the door. So the pujari said, you brought the water, just come inside and take darshan. He said, no, I'll come tomorrow. But he went on doing seva for many, many years. But he never entered the Jagannath temple. So bhakti does not mean that you do service, but you do not want to see Krishna or you don't want to know Krishna. You have to know who is Krishna. And there are so many examples of faith that actually increases our devotion to Krishna. That is why hearing is very important. Simply by hearing about Krishna, one can uplift one's soul from this material contamination. I was given a story from Gujarat of Dwarkadish, I can tell you that because I heard it first time, and it was so nice that there were two brothers in Gujarat, and they belonged to a coward community. Coward community means early in the morning they'll go up the cows, they herd the cows, in the evening they'll return. And both were devotees of Lord Dwarkadish. Dwarkadish means Krishna. Now the elder brother was very serious of devotional service. So early in the morning, you'll take a liter of milk and take it to the temple. And that milk was used for abhishek, bathing. And you chant his rounds there. Again, remember, it's an old story, but even in those times, chanting was emphasized. And he would chant his rounds in the temple. When his rounds are finished, then he would go do his daily chore. He'll do his work. Again, he'd come in the evening, again offer some milk too. Now this went on for years. Now one day he had to go outside Dwarka. Now, sorry, I forgot to mention the name of the elder brother. The elder brother was called Kolwa. Kolwa, Kolva. And the younger brother was called Nabi, Nabhi. She told Nabi that tomorrow I am going out of town, so please offer milk to Dwarkadish, means to Krishna. And this younger brother agreed with pleasure. He says, yes, I'll offer. So he was going to the temple first time, the younger brother. He had never gone inside the temple. So he was thinking that I drink a liter of milk or even more daily. Lord Jagannath or Lord Dwarka or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, he's the Lord of the universe. He must be drinking more than me. So instead of taking one pot, he took 7.5 liters milk, a big pot of, most of, in India you can get it in brass. And he took it. And he placed it at the feet of Dwarkadish and told Dwarka that, please excuse my brother, he could not come today. He told me to bring milk for you. So please drink it. Now, of course, the deity does not drink. Deity only drinks from the devotees, not from ordinary people. So when he kept the milk, he saw no result. So he waited a half an hour, went away. So he thought, now I'll get late for my work. So generally coward boys, they carry a stick in their hand. So he raised the stick in front of Dwarkadish. And he says, you think I am a coward? Because I am not your devotee does not mean that you cannot drink milk. My brother is a devotee, so please drink milk. So Dwarkadish, when he saw the stick, he opened the mouth and he poured the milk inside and all the milk went in. So that was very shocking. I mean, amazing. And the same thing he did in the evening. In the evening, Dwarkadish, when he saw Nabi coming inside, he opened his mouth that before he becomes angry, let me drink. So he drank the milk. So in the morning, his brother returned. And he told his brother, your Dwarkadish or your Lord is a very stubborn fellow. I said, why? He said, when I gave milk, he refused to drink. Until I had to show some anger. When I showed my stick, he quickly drank it. Now when he heard this, he knew his brother cannot lie. Because you see, his brother was very, very truthful. So what happened is, he did go with the milk this time. Now within his mind is thinking that it is more than 12 years. I go inside the temple. I chant my rounds inside the temple. Today, if he can drink milk from my brother who went first time, why can't he drink milk from me? I'll sit outside. So he sat outside near the gate of Dwarka, much far, means a few meters away. And he prayed to Bhakti, please come and drink milk. And Dwarkadish replied the voice could be heard coming out from the temple that, why don't you come inside? Are your legs broken? You can walk. Just come inside. I drink your milk. He said, no, you have to come in outside and drink the milk. And Dwarkadish did not reply. So what did he do? He went behind the temple, not inside, but outside the temple structure on the backside. And he took big stones and he broke his knees. Imagine, both the knees were broken. And he told Dwarkadish, now my knees are broken. Now you come and drink milk. Because now I can't walk. Now, to do this feat, it was not easy because he's behind. And Dwarkadish cannot leave from behind. The gate is in front. So the whole temple turned towards him. Imagine the whole structure. It's a massive temple. And it's a true story. If you see, it's in an opposite direction, even today, the Dwarkadish temple. And he came to take them. Now, this is called real happening, what is happening between a devotee and Krishna. Now, if you see in this, if you really judge this story, there is service inside. It's not that he went to boss, he went to serve the Lord. So in that mood, if someone serves, that is called bhakti. And Krishna accepts the offering only of his devotees, not from non-devotees. Or you go through a devotee. If you can't go straight, go through a devotee. Like in this case, the younger brother went through his elder brother because he knew his elder brother is a pure devotee. And he even knew that his elder brother daily early in the morning, first he goes to the temple, offers milk, chants his rounds, and then comes back. He knew this very well. So this story is a fact that as you understand this story very nicely, then it increases faith in you. And you feel like serving Krishna, doing a little service. So when you do even a little service for Krishna, you're actually uplifting your Atma. Atma means your soul inside. Bhagavad Gita, I'll give you another name, which is mentioned in Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita is called Atma Vidya. Atma Vidya, the knowledge of the spiritual. Because the first knowledge Krishna gives to Arjuna was about Atma. What is body, what is soul. And then later on, the whole Bhagavad Gita explains the supreme Atma, who is Krishna, especially in the 15th chapter, when Krishna exhibits his supremacy, that I am Purushottam, I am the Lord of all the worlds, and that everything belongs to me, and that I am worshipping both the worlds, be it material world or be it spiritual world. It doesn't really matter. So here, Srila Prabhupada says, if you understand Bhagavad Gita, that is called Atma Vidya. And this is what is meant to be taught to everyone in this world. Today the world is going down and down and down. Every day there's a war somewhere. Every day there's a flood somewhere. Every day there's some quarrel. And so many, for little things they make a big issue. But if people were taught Bhagavad Gita, then the result will be that they'll not quarrel over these petty items. And there'll be peace on the earth. That's why those people who have read Bhagavad Gita, when they see the cover of Bhagavad Gita, say, oh, those who are not following Vedic culture, they may think, oh, this book is teaching you violence. Because on the cover of most Bhagavad Gita, there's Krishna and Arjuna on a chariot. So externally, Bhagavad Gita looks like a book of war. Yes, it is meant to push the war away. If you read Bhagavad Gita, there won't be war. And the whole scene is chosen to speak Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield. Imagine the first chapter, you find that two armies are facing each other. Arjun seeing the army, inspecting the army, and how he becomes bewildered, illusion, desperate and does not want to fight. And Krishna wants him to fight. So some people say, oh, Krishna instigated Arjuna to fight. Yes, it was a rightful war. It was a war of dharma. Because the Pandavas have tolerated so many times. They were poisoned, they lit in the fire, their wife was kidnapped, their land was looted, their property was, their wealth was taken away, their wife was kidnapped, their wife was disrobed. They made an attempt of disrobing. So all these aggressions, they tolerated everything. So when they tolerated everything, what was the result? Krishna came on their side. So I'll ask a very simple question to you. Then why in our devotional service, Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita, and also Bhagavatam emphasizes one thing, that if you practice devotional service, you have to be a very tolerant person. Why does it say like that? Would anybody like to attempt or try to say the reason why? What is the advantage of becoming a tolerant person? Would anyone like to attempt? Sometimes when you're tolerant, people may say you're a coward, in most cases. Yet Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, even Srila Prabhupada emphasizes tolerance. Why? Even Arjuna is told tolerance right in the beginning. Matra sparshashta kamtiya, shitoshina sukritagata, agama paino nityash, tam titikshashvata. Titikshashva means tolerance. Because the first quality of a sadhu is tolerance. Tiksha, karunika, and so on. So why is tolerance emphasized so much? And let's say if you tolerate it, what are you going to get? Let me make the question more clear. Would someone like to try?
Humility, Prabhuji.
Yes. Go a little deeper. Arya Govind Prabhu says humility. That is true. Go still a little deeper. What happens if you are a humble person? What happens? Let's go deeper into the question.
You can get the mercy of Krishna.
Yes, you came to the answer. If you tolerate, your nature will become humble and meek. At the same time, you'll attain the mercy of Krishna. Because the Pandavas tolerated 6 times, they got the mercy of Krishna. And they won the war of Mahabharata. And they became the kings. So if you want mercy of Krishna, learn to tolerate. Generally, a materialistic person, I will not attract even slight provocation. A devotee, even when a big provocation is made, he lets go. This is it happens. Maybe that person was in a bad mood, maybe he had not eaten properly, maybe he had a bad dream, maybe he had quarreled with someone. That's why he spoke like this, or maybe that's why he did like this. So one who is on a high platform in devotional service is not affected. Even when worse things happen in his life, his or her life, they're able to face it and go through it with pleasure. Not just go through, but with pleasure. And I was just reading a purport in Bhagavatam, where it says that a devotee actually enjoys the odds in his life or the difficult times in his life. Because as he passes through difficulties, the remembrance of Krishna goes up. And he's able to remember Krishna more rather than in happiness. So anyway, by learning Bhagavad Gita, by putting into practice Bhagavad Gita, which is also called Atma Vidya, one becomes a tolerant person. And all the sadhus' qualities will come naturally. Amanittam, Dambuttam, Ahimsa, and so on. All these divine qualities, knowledgeable qualities will appear. So the present, going back to the purport, Prabhupada says the present civilization is only producing karmis. Karmi means they want to enjoy their own karma. They work very hard. And if they get some wealth or some payment, they want to enjoy their senses to the maximum. And karma is literally becomes, when you enjoy your senses too much, you are called a bogi. Bogi means one who enjoys. And if you overdo it, you become a rogi. Rogi means a diseased person. That's why you find today people not living a very long life, not a very healthy life, not a happy life. Why? Because they have no knowledge of their eternal self inside. They know externally everything, but internally they don't know anything. That's why if you scrutinize it, read our Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, it actually is taking you inside the inner treasure which is there, which Lord Rishabdev, which I quoted, that this life is meant for tapa. And as you perform your tapa, which needs tolerance, you can't do tapa without tolerance. And as you practice tolerance, which is very useful in bhakti, then even a little now is experience is enough to purify you and increase the love of God within your heart. Even a little, maybe a percent. Amrit means nectar. You don't have to take a whole glass of it. You take a drop of it is enough. As much as poison, you take a drop of poison, you are dead. Strong poison. In the similar way, a drop of nectar, which is love of Krishna. If you drink, it can give you an eternal life. Eternal life means no more birth. This is your final life. And you'll go back home, back to God. So from a karmi, if you practice spiritual life, then you'll fall in three categories. You become either a jnani or a yogi or a bhakta. Choice is yours. So all three are called transcendentalists. But bhakta stands on a very high position. Is beyond jnani or yogi. Jnani generally is practicing mental speculation, hovering on the platform of knowledge. Yogi is practicing to attain some perfections in life, which are all material platform. Only a bhakta practices devotional life based on the statements of previous acharyas and scriptures like Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So bhakta is much, much superior. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mukti, Bhukti, Siddhi, Kami, Shakaleya Shanta, Krishna Bhakta, Nishkama, Ataiva Shanta. Shanta means very peaceful. The devotee becomes a very peaceful person. You find that anyone who is practicing devotional service will become a very peaceful person. Not someone who picks quarrels, not someone who complains about it, not someone who wastes time in gossiping, not someone who wastes his life in worldly matters. He's already on another platform. And he enjoys that joy and peace within his heart. That's why this verse describes a typical materialistic way of life in a nutshell. Prabhupada calls it in a nutshell. Look around you, what are people doing? Working very hard, coming in the evening, eating and then going to sleep, or enjoying sensual pleasures. Nothing more than that. That is every day. For year after year after year, day after day after day. They have no interest and no clue that there is some treasure within themselves, which is love of Krishna. No one knows to seek for that. Now, if you look inside, go inside, there is love of Krishna. Chaitanya says, Nitya Sita Krishna Bhakti, Sadhya Kabunai, Shamanadi Sudachitte Karya. Krishna Bhakti is already there in your heart. It is compact. You have to open it by hearing, chanting, remembering. Once you open that box, let Bhakti come out and enjoy the treasure. And that is what Prabhupada is trying to tell us. The people have no clue about the treasure. They are looking for treasure outside, and which is all superficial. Many times I've given an example of a bottle of honey. You cannot get the sweetness of honey by licking the bottle. No. But if you open the cap and test the honey, you will actually enjoy it. Hare Krishna. So the time is up here. Conclusion is that this verse speaks about today's way of life, today's civilization. And Sri Prabhupada tries to hint us that life is not meant to be like this. It is condemned by the Bhagavad school. Bhagavad school, the Acharya himself is Vyasdeva himself. He does not want us to to behave like that. He wants us to live a little different. Not just eating, sleeping, mating, defending. He wants us to go for dharma. And the real dharma is looking for the love of God. Savai pumsham paru dharma yato bhakti adokshare. We did this verse early in the first canto. This verse says, what is paradharma? Paradharma means trying to serve Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anything? Any additions if you like to add? If you think I might have forgotten, you can add.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for such an excellent class. Prabhuji, before we open up to question and answer session, I'd like to welcome two newcomers. We have Sunanda Mathji and Vikash Sharma who have joined us. So thank
There's
you.
also Preeti Sharma.
And Preeti Sharma.
Yeah.
Preeti Sharma, who joined last week as well. So thank you all for joining in today's class. Let us all unmute and chant the 3 Hari Bols to welcome them to our session. We meet every day at the same time, same link. So kindly, if you have enjoyed today's session, please join in tomorrow as well, and whenever it is possible for you. So let us chant 3 Hari Bols. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let us open up for any questions or comments. So, Prabhuji, I have a question. Prabhuji, you, I missed out because of my connection. You were talking of Apar Shakti, and what is the second one?
Parashakti. Aparashakti.
Parashakti.
Yeah.
Parashakti.
Apara
And
means
Apar Shakti.
Aparashakti means the lower or the inferior energy. Aparashakti is called made up of 8 elements. You can see the verse number 4 in the chapter 7. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. These 8 constitute Krishna's Aparashakti. And Parashakti is we, living entities. So we belong to the superior energy, not to the lower energy.
So is it just
Due to
humans?
ignorance, yes, the humans especially.
Only humans is the
No,
Parashakti?
actually all living entities belong to the higher energy. Especially humans, it's meant human beings can understand this knowledge, the animals cannot. Though even the animals belong to the superior energy. All jivas, anything that is spirit inside is actually a ray of Krishna, means it's coming from Krishna.
Thank
So
you very much.
spiritual life is all about how to know that spirit or that superior energy and work for it. We have many times discussed our constitutional position, our relationship with Krishna. I'll just repeat, it's in Bengali. Jivere Sarupai Krishnera Nityadas. Krishnera Tatashta Shakti Bhed Abheda Prakash. We are one with Krishna. At the same time, we are different from Krishna. If we are in our constitutional position, serving Krishna, we are with Krishna. That is the meaning. Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for that explanation. I now open it up to any questions or comments. Yes, Path Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we are talking about the Krishna Prem, go back to Godhead. So that is the most important aim of every human being, like you told. Sabai Punsha Para Dharma Yata Bhakti Radha, like that. All the scriptures are talk about that. So what we supposed to do there when we go back to Godhead? There is no other work, only for serving to the Krishna. What is the serving and what is the duty?
Good question. Okay, what duty are you doing here in Eldoret?
I want to construct temple for Krishna and devotees.
You are constructing temple. What else?
And serving the devotee.
Number two, what else?
Yeah, spread the Krishna's message. Book distribution.
Preaching. Okay.
Yeah, preaching.
Book distribution. What else?
That is the most important.
You're also the temple president, isn't it? You're the head of the duties there in Eldoret. You'll be given the same duties when you go to Vaikuntha. It's not that you serve Krishna. You will serve Krishna in a similar way. The only difference is presently you have a material body. There you'll get a spiritual body. There's no birth, death, old age, or disease. So you do the same service there. And that seva will be endless. Even there you'll glorify Krishna. You build new house for Krishna again and again. You'll also distribute literature there. There literature is not a necessity because there you just sing. Because here we speak, there is no speaking. There is singing in Vaikuntha.
Okay.
Here you are walking Eldoret, going places and places for preaching. There you'll not walk, there you'll dance. So that is the difference. Okay. It's okay?
Yes, bro.
And here many times you may be forgetting your constitutional position. There you'll never forget. You'll never forget Krishna even for a second. Because you'll become an associate of Krishna. Because if anyone who builds a temple and serves Krishna will become an associate of Krishna. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Which car do you drive? Which car do you drive in Eldoret?
Probox.
Probox. There you'll get a plane called Probox. It will fly. It will not drive.
But for Path Prabhu,
in Vaikuntha, people, when they want to go place to place, they don't have to drive. They are given their their planes, which work with their mental strength. You think of going somewhere, you just fly. That's it. Maybe it is called Probox, I don't know. But there, you'll get a plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Path Prabhu, there is no escape from being the president. You are a temple president here, you'll be a temple president there. So that post is remaining. No escape for you.
It's already reserved for you. It's already reserved. Now, it depends how well you do here. So you get very quickly to go back there. And there you serve Krishna. Here you may have to work hard, maybe working very hard, putting a lot of energy inside, maybe sweating the whole day, but there no. There you get an eternal body. You never get tired. And if you do it very well, you'll take all of your family also there.
Oh.
Yes.
And all the devotees that are associated with the temple.
Eldoret. All the devotees of Eldoret will join you.
Okay. Good. Nice.
Okay.
Panchali I'm not speculating. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh, good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Very nice. It means the spiritual service is no end.
No end. It increases day by day. Anandam buddhi vardhanam. You do little, you want to do more today. Day after tomorrow, you want to do still more. Each day it increases. There's no end to it. Okay. It's Mataji called Panchali car. Okay.
Mataji, kindly unmute and ask your question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Prabhuji, I don't know if this is a relevant question or not. First of all, please accept my humble obeisances and thank you for the wonderful class as always. Prabhuji, it's on bhakti and the true dharma of life as based on today's class, and the higher way of living is to follow dharma. Now, we say that the dharma is following Krishna, and that is being explained in the Shastras, because Krishna is the absolute truth. But it is also correct that Krishna does not, is not non-different and cannot be separated from Radharani, and we see Radharani mentioned in a veiled manner in the Srimad Bhagavatam in Canto 10. But because Srimati Radharani is so very important and cannot be separated from the true Dharma, because she cannot be separated from Krishna, is that the reason why most of the Shastras start with Srimad, where the Shri refers to Radharani?
Yeah. Shri refers to Radharani or Lakshmi.
Okay, so
Or
even
Mother-
if in the Shastras Radharani's
Yeah.
name is not mentioned, but
Yeah. There is a reason why not mentioned, because most people will try to take out different meanings of Radharani.
Yeah.
So even in Bhagavatam, there is only one verse
Yes.
where Radharani's name is spoken, but is enclosed.
Yeah.
It's called
Aradhita.
Araditya. Araditya means she's meant to worship Krishna.
Yeah.
The word worshiping Krishna with bhakti is called Aradhana. And even if you write Aradhana in English, the middle word is Radha.
Yeah.
Naturally. And without Radha, even we cannot practice devotional service. It's her mercy on us that we are able to chant at least one round. I'm saying like. And if you're chanting all your rounds, it means you have Radharani's mercy. Which comes why your spiritual master, why our acharyas like Prabhupada himself, and then the whole and so all we can say we are all under the umbrella of the lotus feet of Radharani, who's very dear to Krishna. And Radharani is not different from Krishna, remember that.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, Prabhuji, today, and then I was thinking about Bhagavad Gita. So we say Bhagavad Gita, but it's actually Srimad Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? So although it's Krishna's words throughout the Gita, but he starts himself with Shri. So I just wanted to clarify that point with you, that Bhakti starts
Anyone
and
who
ends with
Radharani will call it Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. But generally we are very fast, so we call it Bhagavad Gita, we call it Bhagavatam. But actually it's Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Yes,
or Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank
Even Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Brahma Samhita, everywhere the word Shri refers to the energy of Krishna or the concept of Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for clarifying. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for that question. Any more questions or comments from the group? There are no more questions or comments. I hand over to Path Prabhu. Prabhu, is it possible for you to end this session for today? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your nice class. Also, thanks all the devotees who are joining here. I request everyone, please unmute yourself and chant Hare Krishna mantra for a glorification of His Grace Rukma Prabhuji. Please join. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa patitaham pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Rukma Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji's and Prabhuji's. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.